Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 81, day 1. So of course, we got ourselves some brown Guild Wars today, so that's what we'll be starting off with, as we got that right over here, our defend team all set and losing every single battle, as it normally does. Hopefully the guild's still doing pretty good. Ooh, a 9,600, wonder what team he used. But as far as team we're going to be using this one right over here, over to wrong side, Guild War Brown. So we will be using this team, the Mountain Crusher, Circuit, and Hadley, Templar, and Wild Queen. A little bit of an unconventional one, but I actually like it a lot. It actually gives Circuit and Hadley a use as well. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he is an event key drop table right now. I forgot to mention on the Monday video, as I kind of overlooked him. But yeah, he's a somewhat decent troop. A bit situational. Very rarely do you use him, but his ability does double tap like a Knight Coronet, so that's pretty useful. It also has a double convert, with one of them being into skulls, so any troop that has that's pretty useful, and it has 50% mana start. But other than within Knight teams, you don't tend to use them too often, and obviously we got 2 Knights in this thing. Aside from that, we also got a faction event today, which we'll be doing after the Guild Wars. We got the Dark Pit, so if you want to go get this place done, you still got several hours. There is still enough time to do the entirety of Pure Faction if you want. As you can see, almost the entire leaderboard is just straight 500s. People going for it. Otherwise, just do it for the free rewards like we always do. Only costs 30 gems, and you get yourself some pretty juicy loot. Mostly 2 orbs and a vault key, among a few other things. And there's also a quick method, a really good quick method, just go straight through if you wanted to. But of course, we'll be doing every single room so that we can go get all of the rewards once we get around to that. But anyways, let's start with Guild War. Also, apparently, it is trying to sell me a dragon puppy. No, thank you. Let's see. Also, did we have anything good for dailies? I don't think we did. No, I checked them earlier. Still nothing good, and while we're at it, might as well check offers too. Oh, wait. Oh, that's funny. I was going to go click on it, and it just auto-clicked for me. Thank you. Well, anyways, what do we need? We're going to be using that team, so do we want to go Magic or Seasons? I don't think we need 20% mana start then. Let me double check. Let's look at the team again. Probably go Seasons then, because we don't really need Magic too much. So yeah, we'll go 3 seasons, since there's not 4 seasons apparently. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we should be good to go. Don't think we need any other adjustment. Got our medal set. Got our team ready. It is indeed a brown day. Our guild's actually winning right now. Oh, no wonder. We have so many more points. Oh yeah, we need to recruit someone. I think someone's already looking into that. I think it was Isabel or someone. But, we should be on top of that. Yeah, we'll get it recruited. We already lost it during the week, so it won't really matter too much. Oops, that's not the one I want to zoom on. I'm like trying to zoom on my other computer when I want to see bigger chat, so I can say hello to all of you. Hello, Lestat. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Marcelo. Hello, Kelly. Hello, DS. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so, where do we go here? Take that over for now. Let's see. Also, speaking of seasons, Animal Crossing actually dropped their trailer today for the upcoming events. It was pretty cool. They're finally adding more storage, which will be absolutely lovely, because gosh, does that game not have enough storage? Even with the extra storage they add, it might still not be enough storage. Let's see. Throw that over. It's a nice, good addition. It's dead. I think the patch is the 19th. We probably won't be streaming it, though. Mostly because, well, for one, most of the stuff that comes out through it, you need time travel to immediately do. And the other factor is I'm probably going to be sleeping that day. We'll be doing a morning Gems of War stream that day. And then I'm going to be sleeping most of the day, because Age of Calamity comes out at like 11 or 12 at night. And I want to be well rested for the exact second it comes out. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Whoa, that's a big miss. I do not want her doing big misses. That's what will get us lost if we are not careful. Do we have a skull spam alignment here? No. I kind of want to armor buff, but we lose our turn, but I think it's still worth it. Okay, he luckily misses. We should be able to follow up really strong here. So we're going to do just that. Get a nice big poke. Get multiple big pokes. We're not frozen on skulls, so we can just demolish him with everything. Oh yeah, we're frozen on brown. No. Fail. She uses too many colors. You can stop hitting us now. You can stop hitting us now. There we go. Gosh, that freeze is absolutely doing work. Let's see. We have alignment, so that should be dead because that is a double tap. And even if it didn't, gosh, it just did so many skulls. It hit like 5 skulls. I was like, hello, Ella. Hello, Rainbow Flyer. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Dortero. Let's see. Have I been doing pretty good? Let's see. Oh, you fought my defend team once? I'm not even sure what I have on my defend team. As far as like my default defend team for PvP. Unless you meant in Guild Wars. Gosh, everyone's using this doomed codex. It actually is pretty decent, even with no upgrades. The codexes are somewhat decent. I think they have a mana drain too if you do get them fully upgraded. Okay, good. We didn't get frozen on our last slot this time. However, we are frozen on skulls because of that, so still bad. It's not as bad as the other time because now we're not frozen on green, which is beneficial for us. Okay, do we have a good convert here? Not really. Is it still worth going for? Probably. However, I kind of want Mountain Crusher, so I'm going to go for that instead. We unfortunately lose our turn because we had a brown extra turn. We can't skull spam extra turn. Wait, what's your other color again? Purple yellow. That also doesn't have alignment. I might just go for Mountain Crusher again and just hope we get something good going with it. I think we get purple to yellow if he doesn't ruin it. Oh, he's about to ruin it though. We can still go for purple to yellow. So go for this. We're probably going to need a Wild Queen here just to get something going. So we'll reduce your attack down to pretty much nothing. We didn't go for a gigantic skull spam. 2 HP, what are you doing? Luckily we're not frozen anymore. Let's see, we'll do you just so we can get some alignment going. And that should be pretty close to match. Do we have guarantee alignment or do we have to go for something else? What's our options here? Yes, there should be enough guarantee alignment to kill because of skulls. There we go. And he's dead. Yeah, welcome back, Ella. Hello, Lucien. You finally got your first mythic on your main account? Sadly, it was Fallen Valdez. Ooh, that does hurt. At least you finally got one. At least you don't need a mythic for that kingdom anymore to get it upgraded, if nothing else. Gosh, everyone's running codex today. Must be this guild. They just love this codex. Those books can definitely catch you sometimes. They have some decent effects on them. It's mostly just freeze that is doing it, though, more so than anything. I almost feel like going Orpheus is just to counter it. For no purpose other than just to counter it. We're not frozen on yellow right now. However, we also don't have yellow alignment, so I guess that doesn't really work out, does it? We could go for an armor buff. I don't think we really need it at the moment, though, so we'll just go board clear. We can convert, but we lose our turn immediately. I can skull spam and hope we don't miss. Of course we miss. She has a really good miss streak lately. Do we have alignment on this? I would sure hope so. I don't think we do, though. So I'm just going to take a single skull and just kill out hero. One less annoying thing to deal with. Also, can we get unfrozen sometime soon? That'd be great. Still frozen. Let's go clear the board and hope she's unfrozen next turn. There we go. Okay. And then we throw down Seasons. I mean, throw down Wild Queen. Ideally, we have alignment here somewheres. Not really. Is enough skulls, though? We hit one skull, and that's it. Okay, so we'll just take that instead. Oh, wait, the double tap with the skull would have been enough. Oops. We could have actually already killed. Oh, no, he got a transform on us. Oh, it shouldn't really matter. I'm not sure if that actually counts as a kill in Guild Wars. I know when it happens under Delves, it does. I don't think it does in Guild Wars, though. I'm not 100% certain. That might actually count as a kill that reduces our points, which is very unfortunate because I actually could have killed him the previous turn. Yeah, let's take that. Because a double tap with a skull would have been enough damage. That was his 4th battle, 5th battle, 5th battle. And what a surprise, he's using Doomed Codex. Let's see. Oh, go again. Might as well. That team counters us in like almost every single way, but hey, it still works. Okay, good. It froze our first slot. It does freeze skulls, but as long as Wild Queen isn't frozen, we should be okay. Do we have alignment on you at all? No. Do we go for Wild Queen and just hope it lands? Probably. We're probably going to lose our turn here, though, even if we land it, because it will skull archer turn. Let him do his thing a couple times. Yeah, everyone doesn't have their Doomed Codex upgraded. Like, it's a good weapon. like those things, but no one really invests to upgrade them just because their secondary effects aren't normally as good, or you know, just because Doom Scrolls scrolls are so annoying to get. Okay, so we're not frozen anymore since he killed our first slot, so that's good. The only problem is we don't have a follow-up. Actually, yes, we do. We can go for this. This ideally gives us alignment. If not, we go Wild Queen and just hope it doesn't miss. We do have alignment. Do you hit the weakest? What do you hit? Oh, it's too random. Please hit first slot. It didn't. No, it wasted so much of damage we could have had. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, we kind of have to hope this lands. And we steal enough attack that even if it doesn't, we should be okay. Okay, we won. Easy. There we go. Okay, let's see what the score is. Didn't do the greatest overall compared to how it has done some weeks. So every single one of those teams were super hard counters to us. But I still did a 9,379, so not too bad. I'll take it. Alright, there we go. Where are we right now anyways for a thing? We are, I believe we're 3rd in command? No, 4th in command. We didn't do as good last time. So I need to get like all 5 zeros. I think in my guild you would normally get like at least Herald as far as location. But anyways, there we go. And we're kind of just dead center of bracket 4. Also, we did move up to bracket 4. I think we were in bracket 5 earlier. I think we made 2nd place bracket 5 last time. So we're on bracket 4, kind of just dead center of it currently. Put one whole person down. Anyways, what's in our mail? Oh yeah, PvP tiers. We're gonna get a bunch of those since slowly over the week we'll be progressing through that. But anyways, let's go switch back to Magic so we can do the rest of our dailies, and then we'll go do the faction because of course we do have the Dark Pits faction today. Fallen Valdis is one of the worst 3 mythics in the entire game. That is correct. The worst 3 are Fallen Valdis, Gargantar, and Shade of Zorn. With Shade of Zorn and Fallen Valdis being particularly bad. At least Gargantar, theoretically, you could get up to 1-shot range. However, the amount of setup you would need to do so is not worth ever doing. Also, this is very much the wrong team for what I am doing currently. What's the banner for the Guild War team that I was just using? It was +2 green, +1 brown, -1 red. You minus the color you don't use. Green goes to Wild Queen. Brown obviously helps everything. You also indirectly have a +1 blue, not because of banner, but because of the Templar, which covers his +1 without needing to do it, which is nice. I am looking for Phoenicia. Oh, we're actually heading right down to it. There we go. Let's go grab Phoenicia so we can clear through all these, go clear through dungeons, and then we can go and do, what's it called? Do all of the faction. Then we'll be good to go. And we'll probably be able to finish up the World Lore event tomorrow because I believe we should be able to get it done by now based on how it's scaled. I think we're on tier 11 right now. I need to go double check. We're probably not going to touch it today, but we'll finish out whatever's left tomorrow. You did Pure Faction on it today? Nice. What was I looking for? I wanted to go see, how far are we in Lost Sword? Okay, we're actually, oh no, we might need to do it till Thursday or Friday. I didn't realize we still have that much more to go. Oh, we'll definitely need to do it then. But we'll save them for tomorrow so we can do a good majority of it since the pet battle takes like 0 seconds to do. So may as well. Okay, anyways, where were we? We were doing the Adventure Wood. The rest of the loots are pretty bad. They're all common too. Oh, so Ella, what was your question? Have I ever played Zelda? Yeah, I played a lot of different Zelda games. We're gonna be playing one Thursday night when the next one comes out. Age of Calamity comes out on Friday, but I believe it comes out like midnight my time or 11 p.m. my time. So yeah, the second it comes out, we'll be streaming it. We're doing a lot this weekend. So I do want to cover a few more guides on the game too, probably 2 more between now and then, just because it will get more eyes on the stream when we do it. Let's see. That over. Yeah, I use the phone version occasionally. Not too often, though. If anything, I mostly use the phone version to take tribute. Seems like the most convenient way to take it. For most other things, it's just too small of a screen. Or at least with my phone anyways. My fingers are too big for such a small screen. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that one's out. Let's go do the dungeons, and then we can go do faction, which will take quite a while, of course. I think we've been getting it down to like 40 minutes or so. It really depends on what teams you have. I did used to use a stylus for my phone. It ended up breaking, though. I need to get a new one at some point. Yeah, I never bothered getting another one once it broke. It was a relatively cheap one. Which is why it broke. I need to get like an actual, like, really professional one or something. I'll need to at some point. What's the worst troop in the game? That really depends on the rarity. There's a lot of things that could be the absolute worst. I still want to say Fist of Zorn's one of the worst, if not the absolute worst. Even though he's a mythic. It's just because of how much mana cost he has and how little he actually gets to do for the team. There are things theoretically worse than him. Not as mythics, but just in general. Anyways, so now that we did that, and we did that, I believe we still don't have codes because Kafka's still out, and yeah, we don't have it! Let's see. So yeah, we still don't have codes. Because now would be the time I would normally hand out a code. I like still always think of like all the times I normally hand out code, and it's like I'll like almost go to do it, and then it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I don't have codes. We've actually been a month without codes, but we'll have them again soon. No worries. But anyways, let's go do the faction. What do we even want for the faction? What team was I going to use? Oh, what did I show for the video? Oh yeah, I showed the Gargoyle team with the other thing. What's our restriction again? Brown green? We could run Truffle Team. We can run... What can you run into Rowain Quick Kill? Let me see. We'll figure out something. Let's see. So we got Brown Green. There you can see the level 500 team. It's obviously not what we're running, though. That's too slow for low level range. Let me go see. Let's go build Rowain. Tend to always go back to Rowain. Otherwise, we could always use the Slicer team. With enchant, it's not that bad once it gets going. I'd rather have the one-shot. What converts to you? I'll just go under Empower. Let's see. Browns that convert. You convert into blue, so you technically work. Oh yeah, duh. We got Leprechaun. That's a weird combo, though. I'd rather just go double Leprechaun at that point. Oh yeah, duh, we could go double... Oh, there we go. I forgot. We could literally just go double Leprechaun and then just go Urskia Shield. I have fixed the team. No, not fixed the team, but made a team. And then we go green into blue or green-brown. Oh no, do we really need that much brown? Well, the later battles we are going to cast it, but we're going to get so much from Leprechaun. There we go. Because I don't want to minus it. So that's +2 blue, +3 green then. I think we could work with that. Okay. And Titan, yeah, I guess Titan's fine. We could go like a Greenstorm class though. Because it's not like we're going to die. You have Greenstorm, right? You should. Yeah, Leaf Storm. Looks good to me. Oh, that also gives her extra armor. I forgot about that too. Underneath green. Tangle. Actually, let me get some free gold. I don't want to tangle. And missile bow. What were we using? Oh, yeah, we're using shields. None of those matters. And Hunter's Mark, because why not, I guess. Alright, there we go. Then we get some free gold as well. Let's just roll with this. We get to start with Greenstorm. Alright, that's going to be our team. Urskia Shield is Archer. Rowain, Leprechaun, Leprechaun. Obviously, this is just for the free battles. Oh, I forgot to go grab Enchant. Let me go do that before I forget. Sometimes I go through like half the event or the entire event and forget like, oh yeah, I never got it. Now, if you can go through the entire event and save, it's worth it, but generally, very few delves can actually do that. City of Thieves and a few others. Ones that have like really good multipliers. Like City of Thieves, Mirrored Halls, and a couple of others. But most of the other ones, you just want to immediately buy it. Because you're almost never going to get the 30 gem saving. It just makes things go quicker anyways. It saves like 10 minutes or so. Is Daemon Gnome bottom 10? Oh yeah, all the gnomes are bottom 10 other than, you know, Cedric. Like, they're really far down. Like, you would never actually use them. They're really horrible troops. Same as the treasure, if you count them as troops. Like, every single one of the 6 treasures. But all the gnomes and all the treasures are so ridiculously bad that, you know, they're not really considered options that you would ever use to begin with. Oh, yeah, I still need to do the final campaign task. You're right. Hold up. What was it? I actually forget what it was. Oh, I think we just have to do extra turns. I think all we have to do is extra turns, right? I completely forgot. Thank you for that. Because I didn't claim this, and I need to claim it so we can start getting progress on the other ones. Thanks for reminding me. Almost forgot. But yeah, now we need to match 4 more gems. And no, I don't want to skip it. Okay. Anyways, let's go. Let's see. Let's go to here, go to here. Alright, we'll throw that down. Get our Wayne down. Get the other one over there, and then we just go through the little loop all the way to the ends. And sometimes you could save the treasure room for last, but it was a higher multiplier, so I figured might as well go for it. And we already got a Valraven. Luckily, as long as you don't miss any Valravens and you do every battle, you get way more than enough sigils to complete it out for 30 gems. Let's see. We'll take that over. Get full mana. Oh, I just realized we're not using 20% mana star. Actually, am I even using metals correctly? What even are our metals right now? No. Let me do that with 20%. There we go. Oh, wait. I don't want 2 seasons, though. I want armor. I don't have any set to armor. Let's set this one over to armor, I guess. Metal of Guard, Metal of Guard. There we go. Okay. So 20% into 2 armor, which is 16 armor. Which should be good to go now. Gives it a little bit more damage. How good is Thrall in late game? Very ridiculously broken. He has a lot of magic, and he does a lot of destroy for only 6 mana, plus he has a link into himself. And the damage that he does to himself is so ridiculously small. He's actually probably one of the top 10 best troops in the game in late game, due to how much more effective he becomes with magic. Really high magic. He's very similar to Leprechaun as far as how good he is. Though Leprechaun normally beats it out a little bit. Leprechaun does less mana accumulation, but he has Empower. His green link is also useful in a lot of teams, particularly Rowan build, because it feeds extra green directly to her. Oh, 1 down, 7 to go. Or actually 6 to go. Right? Yeah, 6 to go. Because it's 30, 40, 50, 60. It's 20, which we already did. But then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then part of the other one. So I guess it's like 6.5. It's 7.5 total. 6.5 more. Thrall does like nothing in Arena, that is true. He's really bad in Arena. I think he does like 3 or 4 destroy in Arena. And then damages himself for 2 damage. Which is like 1/5 of his HP bar in Arena. Also, at level 1,600 is still taunting us. And I'm not sure if we'll have it today. But there's no way we wouldn't have it by the end of tomorrow's stream. Especially if we do all the World Lore event tomorrow. Or, you know, the rest of our sigils for it. Save the treasure room for last since it's the small one. What is the most broken arena troop? It really depends on your draft. But any of them with really massive boost ratios tend to be. A lot of them are broken in different ways. Like some can completely wipe out the other team. Some are nearly unkillable, like Black Beast. So they're overpowered in different ways. Kind of like how there's no one best troop in the game. We got a Rowan down. Then we'll go say hi to the treasure room. Actually, what we just took was the treasure room as well. Then we say hello to this one again. And then head to the final. And rinse repeats. Yeah, normally you do save that treasure room for last, the one in the top left. Depends on what its multiplier is. If it's a legendary room, I normally take it. Sometimes if it's 1.3, I'll take it as well. But if it's any of the smaller ones, I will generally just leave it there till the end. If it's like if you see it's green or blue, you know, tier 2, tier 3, I normally leave it there till the end. Yeah, Mummified King, I used to mention in the past, is like the worst troop in the game. Even though theoretically it's not the absolute worst, but it's pretty high up there for worst. Theoretically, treasure and stuff like that, and some of the gnomes are worse than it, but it's pretty bad still. As far as troops that are actually supposed to be used within a team, it's like one of the worst in the entire game. Because obviously the treasures were never intended to be used as actual troops. And theoretically the gnomes really weren't either. But Mummified King is actually like a normal troop that is supposed to be used, that is just completely awful. Well, we're still in one-shot range, it's good to see. Oh, I should take it the other way around. Could add extra turn chance off the sky. Not directly in that it would give us an extra turn, but that would set up an extra turn since we already had an extra turn. Because we could have gotten a 4 times green out of it. I mean, yeah, 4 times green. Depending on where it fell. Because it wouldn't have given us directly an extra turn, but we could have swiped for it if a green fell there. This team's actually going decently quick. We don't have half mana start because we don't have access to blue or red. But, yeah, Leprechaun's kind of enough when you have green. I kind of keep forgetting. I don't even think I normally mention that on Monday videos either. You may notice sometimes, or actually quite often, we actually use a different team on Tuesday than we even showed in the Monday video. For one, I just normally because I show cheaper teams. But this is a kind of cheap team too. But, yeah, I really need to mention this at some point on Monday videos. I think I may have at one point, but I generally don't. Like, whenever you have access to green, you can run Rowan to double Leprechaun. And it's pretty solid. And obviously you can just go Earthscape Shield regardless of coloration, because you're allowed to use any color weapon. Is Firebomb good? It used to be. Firebomb actually used to be the meta. However, it got replaced by Leprechaun when Leprechaun came into the game. About 2 years ago. Actually, it was exactly 2 years ago. A game December of 2018. So, yeah, 2 years ago, Leprechaun came into the game. But prior to Leprechaun existing 2 years ago, Firebomb was meta prior. Because it basically was the Leprechaun prior to Leprechaun. Yeah, Firebomb Sunbird used to be the meta instead of Rowan Leprechaun. But when Leprechaun came into the game and Metals came into the game, it just completely shifted everything. And turned the meta to something else. But yeah, the good old days when Firebomb Sunbird was meta was pretty fun. It plays pretty much the same way that Leprechaun Rowan does, though. But at the time, it was better than Leprechaun Rowan. Metals was the main thing that really pushed it over. When Metals came into the game, there's just no point in using Sunbird Firebomb anymore. For that 1 year period, it was kind of either or. Like Rowan, Leprechaun, or Firebomb Sunbird was still good. But once Metals came into the game, it completely killed Firebomb Sunbird forever. Because it's just so much weaker than Leprechaun Rowan once Metals came in, due to the amount of extra bonus that Rowan gets. Because she, of course, has 2 times boost ratio for all the armor she gets, where Sunbird only has 1 times boost ratio. So Rowan gets double the benefit from having higher stats, which over time just kept making Rowan increasingly more powerful. until Metals just pushed it over to the point where it was never usable to use Sunbird again. Sunbird is tankier than it. Also, Sunbird does have the capability of being used in first slot, whereas Rowan obviously can't. However, those benefits aren't enough to outpace Rowan. For how easy, relative to how easy it is to obtain something, relative to how good it is, Rowan's probably the most broken troop in the game. If you, that and Mang would probably be the next strongest. Like, if you were just to compare the easiness of obtaining something relative to its strength, Mang and Rowan are, like, off the charts strong. Because they're so ridiculously easy to obtain and some of the best things in the entire game. I haven't been using Mang much lately, but it is a great option as you're progressing through the game. Once you have everything in the game, you need it a lot less. But as you're progressing through the game, you use it so much. I used it on my Switch account probably like 90% of my battles, just because of how mandatory it is when you don't have a lot of options. I'm actually going to throw a shield here. I think we have enough damage already, however, I just want to pass my turn. So he takes that skull and then we kill him. Skull distracted. They have changed how skull distraction works in this game a lot over the years, but you can still do it on occasion. That was one of it. What is the worst Kingdom Epic? Probably Tall, because I hate how they rebalanced it. Even if he isn't the worst, I consider him the worst. They completely butchered what he used to do. They gave him a completely useless ability. That doesn't make any sense. He has Empower, but he has an ability where you need to get a kill, which can kind of conflicts, because with Empower, you're supposed to cast immediately, ideally, or, you know, within the first few turns, if nothing else. And with the capability to kill, you're supposed to clean up a kill. However, those two abilities completely conflict with each other. Oddly enough, one of the other really weak ones is Lady Sapphira. She at one point was the meta, exactly as she is right now. At one point, she was the strongest troop in the game with the exact stat she has currently. However, that was like 5.5 years ago. But at one point, Lady Sapphira, exactly as she is today, was the most strongest troop in the entire game. But now she's one of the worst as far as Kingdom Epics. Not the absolute worst, though. But definitely pretty far down there. The main good ones are Tyree, though she kind of falls off later in the game. But she's a good early game mana accumulator, or kind of mid game, because you don't have enough magic until you get a little bit more. But Rowan, obviously. Finley can be okay in certain situations. Very rarely used in the current state of the game, though, just because there's better options. And what else? Well, Luther, really early on in the game's not that bad. And that's about it. Most of the other ones I don't believe are that good. Most Kingdom Epics are pretty average, with a few exceptions. Very few of them scale as well. Actually, I think Rowan's the only one in the entire game that scales. Meaning that later in the game, most of them become useless. Yeah, Sunbird's still really decent of a troop. It's just not as good as it used to be. But yeah, Sunbird's still really good. It's just Rowan is like twice as good. Oh, I should have thrown shield there instead of wasting it for the explosion. Oh, I misclicked. And you're dead. I'll grab that treasure room last. Also, all the way in bottom right can be a treasure room as well. Is Wisp a good troop? It's okay. They ended up nerfing it because it was way too good when it launched. It used to have Empower, now it has 75% mana start. Back when it had Empower, yes, it was actually within top 10. But now that it doesn't have Empower, it lost a lot of its value. Because no longer can it first turn Dispel. I believe if you're in a situation where you have Enchant, it gets second turn Dispel. But no longer has first turn Dispel, which used to be the main gimmick of it. Is the fact that you could first turn Dispel, but it was too strong, so they removed it. That's still a pretty decent troop. It's just very rarely needed now that it doesn't have Empower anymore, because you can normally more efficiently do it off a hero, since hero has Dispel in 4 times, or, you know, whenever you do an extra turn. And it's normally more consistent doing that than wasting a slot for Wisp. It's better just to do it over top of your hero in most situations if you really need the spell quickly. Do I think Charm is good? Charm is a really weird mechanic. It's normally not too good just because it's extremely inconsistent what it hits. It also stops doing anything at a certain point if the enemies aren't adjacent to each other, because they do have to be directly adjacent for it to actually do damage. So if there was something in 2nd slot and something in 4th slot, Charm wouldn't even do anything anymore. It's overall pretty weak. It can get a bit of good value. Like, anything that can Charm on top of an already good ability is decent. But something that just primarily does Charm isn't really that good in most situations, because you do eventually reach a point within a battle where Charm does 0 damage. And it can be as early as 2 troops remaining. And obviously when there's 1 troop remaining, it definitely can't do anything. But if it's 2 troops remaining and they're not directly next to each other, it doesn't do anything anymore. Oh no, isn't this the Submerge room? Now to gain Submerge every single time to cast for the rest of the stealth, which is obviously very annoying. I don't have Risky Shield. Do I waste a turn for it or just double cast? I think it's double cast. I could just taken the extra turn green. I forgot. We have +2 on both of them. Well, technically we have +3 on green, +2 on blue. Got an extra +1 this time around. Which is better, Rowan or Tesla? Depends on what you're doing. Rowan is much better for quick killing, but Tesla is much better for upscaling when you're doing like high-level delves and stuff like that. Gosh, they do have Submerge now. It's like the most annoying thing in all of delves when they gain Submerge like that, because you can't quick kill them anymore. I'm trying to Skull Distract or hit it with Skull. It doesn't matter which, I just need one to happen. There we go. And, oh gosh, no. Okay, we just Skull you. Luckily it did not Agile. I think it does have 20% Agile there. Now we got to deal with that for the rest of the delve. Very annoying. But yeah, Rowan and Tesla kind of do different roles. Rowan you just stack and quick kill with, whereas Tesla just automatically has her damage up front. And scales a lot better when doing like high level delves and stuff like that. Oh gosh, he has double Submerge now. The struggle. Alright, we're just gonna let him have that. So we can do that. And now we gotta do it all again. Okay, just distracted. Now we can kill it. There we go. That was annoying. Can we build a powerful green attack team with Lord of Slaughter? I used to have one built. I ended up changing it out because I hated the inconsistency of it though. Because you well, not very rarely, but if you don't have alignment and you miss trying to get it, the amount of backfire that occurs is just so much. And I actually stopped using it just because I didn't feel like it was as consistent as other options. So I ended up ditching it over time. Which one is better? For what? Tesla or Rowan? I don't know, they're both used for so many different things. I feel like Rowan's overall better, but Tesla does things that Rowan can't. And Rowan does things that Tesla can't. But, I don't know, I feel like Rowan is just a lot more usable than Tesla. But there are several instances where Tesla's really good. Mostly delves. And similar related game modes like Tower of Doom. Should be enough damage. I think even with that skull it might have been enough, but just to make sure we have enough. Super enough. Oh, so this stuff's going pretty quick. We're almost already through. This team seems to be very effective. That's not enough damage. I'm just going to take Brown for free turn since this is sitting there anyways. And then we get to kill. What is the best common troop that isn't Thrall? Winter Owl is actually pretty high up there. I'm trying to think of what else. I think Winter Owl might be it. It depends if you count the Guardians or not. These Guardians are kind of in their own category, even though they're commons. They're not exactly commons because they cost more to upgrade their traits and everything. But if you're not counting the common Guardians, yeah, I think Snow Owl might be the other one. You almost never really see me using it, but it is an insanely good option. And it can be used in a lot of endgame teams. There's just normally better options if you have everything in the game. But still a really solid one. Oh, no, I was going to do that to hit him, but I forgot. His ability, while it normally makes it so you lose Submerge, because he has the ability that you gain Submerge after you cast your ability, it doesn't get rid of his Submerge. Fail. Mistakes have been made. Forgot. Let's see, what's the game plan here? If I get Skull, I can actually kill him since we have Hunter's Mark on him. There we go, dead. What a weird battle. Here we go. I guess this might be the last delve we need to do. Or at least the last full one. If we got lucky, we don't even need to do any extra little battles. Alright, let's go get Explosion. We'll get a... is Rowena enough? It should be. It's the first battle. It doesn't have that high stats. Any tier 1, tier 2, and maybe tier 3 battle, I think we can one-shot. Tier 4 and higher, we definitely can't. At this level range. Is Iron Gut the best mythic in the game? No. He's the best delve mythic. But he's not the best overall mythic. Oh, he's definitely a really high priority to get. Because if you were to get any single one thing to help you through delves, Iron Gut's definitely the thing. Theoretically, Zoogoth can too, but obviously Iron Gut is way cheaper than Zoogoth. And it's also more effective. Zoogoth can backfire at higher level delves pretty easily because of his skull spam. Which makes Iron Gut a much safer option. Skull's not enough damage. We don't have him Hunter's Marked or anything. Let's go for Rowena, I guess. Since the other thing won't kill. Oh, we hit our final objective. That was one of them we knew we were going to get done passively. But there we go. We finally got it done passively. That is now every task for campaign 2, week 7. Or I should say chapter 7. But there we go. And we got a weapon from this. Let's go collect it. It's a useless weapon that we're never going to use ever. But let's go claim it nonetheless because we need it for Duskbringer. So I guess we technically are going to use it. Also, we get some extra stats. And with that, we get ourselves a bunch of these. That's not what I wanted, though. This. And with that, we gain... Oh, yeah, it doesn't tell you what stat. We gained 5 armor. Oh, that's nice. We need that armor. Thank you, armor. Helping buff Rowena even higher. Now we can one-shot even easier now that we have 5 hull additional armor, which is 10 hull additional damage. And that lasts for the rest of this campaign, so we still got that for a couple weeks. That's a pretty nice buff to Rowena. Rowena's actually stronger this season than she was last season, with all the buffs that you get. I believe she still gets one more buff. I believe we get 2 magic in a week or 2. So she isn't all the way there yet. But she's already stronger right now than she was by the end of the last time's campaign, due to the additional armor compared to HP. Oh, it's not till the final week she gets the last of her damage. But she gets another 5 armor on the second to last week. Gosh, she gets strong. Look at how strong that Rowena will be. 15 armor, 4 magic. Last time it was 5 armor, 6 magic, which means she effectively got 11 damage. This time around, she gets 34 damage by the end of the campaign for the very last week. That's quite a bit of a difference. 34 instead of 11. That is a huge difference. That's actually more than 3 times as much stats she gets by the end of the season compared to last season. That's a lot of damage. I didn't even realize it was that big of a gap. But yeah, she has 3 times the amount of damage this time, this season compared to last season. Yeah, really good for early game players. Really good at any point in the game. I wonder if she can actually take out Explore 5. I don't think she has enough damage yet to take out Explore 5. That would actually be pretty insane if you could actually Explore 5 Rowena because she has so much extra stats. But anyways, what was I doing? Let's finish out the... not that. Let's finish out the events. Also, where are we in PvP rating, though? Should easily reach it by the end because of Guild Wars. And we definitely will. Anyways, unless we lose a bunch. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back to the faction, finish this out. Since, of course, this only lasts for today, so make sure to get it done. You only got 5 hours left to finish this out. It's always good to go for only 30 gems. You get 2 orbs and a Vault Key, among a few other loots. Really great value. And it takes less than an hour. Well, it can take less than an hour. Depends on multiple factors. Like, I think we got it done in like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere around there. We'll be done with it within the next few minutes. Let's see, we'll throw this one down. Because this is the last floor we need a full complete. And then the next floor, we'll probably have to do like a room or two. Is that enough damage? I feel like it's not. It is not. Let's go for another ruin. Need a little bit more mana. Come on. Any bit of mana, doesn't matter where. Am I a furry? Yes. That would be the case. I've been a furry since like I think 2011 or something. It's like a whole long story. Let's go first. Chaos Shield first. And we can take this one and go straight to the final one. You're joking, right? Nope, I'm not joking. I mentioned it a lot on the channel in the past. Like, obviously, I don't, like, advertise it or anything, or, you know. Like, I very rarely mention it, but I have mentioned it multiple times in the past. And then we can take our final battle. Let's see. Take that down. Grab our splody sploods. And we actually need a brown here. Let's go explode for it. Though we could have done literally anything and still gotten it. I think one cast still kills. Luckily this room doesn't have the submerge thing. Oh gosh, he still lives. Why you gotta do that? We'll just take explosion, I guess. And then he's dead. Hello, Defiance! Welcome! Great Maul used to be a lot better. I feel like it has too high of a mana cost compared to some other options in the current state of the game. It's one of the main things holding it back. And the fact that it can't really do anything beyond its first cast. I hate that they changed its final trait. It used to have Devour on his final trait, but they found it to be too strong. It used to be a 15% Devour, then it was a 10% Devour. Then they completely removed the trait and gave it to Krog the Dread instead at a 5%. But, I don't know. They should have just kept Devour on him. Great Maul, if it still had Devour, would actually still be usable. But without it, it just lost so much value. Especially with the trait that they replaced it with being pretty average. Or even below average. Doesn't really do much. And that should be all we need. Nice. And there we get our 2 orbs. Our Vault Key. And we're good to go. Anything shiny? Hopefully blues and purples. Ooh, at least we got a blue. It saved us. I saw the orange. I was like, no, it's going to be 2 awful ones. But hey, we got a blue. Actually, how are our orbs doing these days? We need 96 to craft a mythic. I know for sure we have, a Doom Troop. I know for sure we have enough to do that. Let me go do the math real quick. How many are we at? Every big orb is 4 small orbs. So 4 times 16 equals 64. 64 plus 46 minus 96. So that's 110 orbs is how many we have. We have 110 small blue orbs. And if you minus 96 from it, we have 14 spirit orbs. If we were to craft Enraged Carindera at its current cost, assuming they're not going to be nerfing its, or buffing its, or, you know, reducing the cost of it at some point, assuming it still costs the same 96 that it costs now, we would have 14 spares. So we could craft Enraged Carindera and still have 14 spare blues. Interesting. Not sure if we'll do it at some point. We still need more confirmation on what on earth is happening with Doom rarity troops into the future. And it's not really that big a deal not having Enraged Carindera. It's actually the only troop we don't have. However, it's not used too often. Also, I never saved the filter back to normal. There we go. But, the only thing we don't have is Enraged Carindera. We have the resources to get it. I'm choosing not to. Its final trait's actually worse than normal Carindera, oddly enough. However, invulnerable is one of its main gimmicks. It's the only viable troop in the game that's player owns that has invulnerable currently, since the 6 Doom troops normally aren't good enough to use. So that's a really big aspect that it has, and one of the main reasons why you would get it. As mana cost is extremely high, however, it does do a lot. It deals damage to all enemies, boosted by Doom Skulls at 10 times. So if you had 5 Doom Skulls on the board, that is 200 extra damage, assuming the enemy had 4 troops. That's a lot of damage. And it also then gets to convert yellow Doom Skulls. Keep in mind, it doesn't count towards the boost ratio, though. It checks boost ratio prior to the conversion, and it also creates a Doom Storm. Yeah, it's a pretty good troop. It's very situational, though. Mostly because 35 mana cost is so hard to make it useful. So you'd have to have like a really heavy mana accumulation team. Also, Daemon 50% start doesn't currently exist. If I ever did, this thing could actually become meta. As it currently stands, it's a really gimmicky troop that you would almost never really use unless there's a really specific location where you maybe bring it out. But if Daemon's ever got 50% mana start, this thing could actually be good. And I might even consider crafting it if they ever did. Like the day that they add 50% mana start to Daemons, I might actually consider crafting this, even if they haven't reduced its price or anything. The main reason I'm not doing it is I'm concerned if we get another Doom troop within like another season or two, if it's going to be better than Enraged Karen. Because if it is, then we want that. But if we don't have enough resources for it, then we can't get it. So that's kind of why I'm holding out. I need to wait until we get another Doom troop. And if that Doom troop is worse than Enraged Karen, we'll get Enraged Karen. But if that Doom troop is better than Enraged Karen, we'll skip Enraged Karen and get whatever the new one is. We don't know if next season we'll be getting it. This season we're getting Duskbringer, for any of you that don't know. I mentioned it quite a few times over the last several weeks. But basically it's the inverse of Dawnbringer. It's brown, purple, green. It deals damage to all enemies, and it then death marks them. It does have a 4 higher mana cost, but it does death mark instead of barriers, its main gimmick. And it uses the exact opposite colors. We still don't know what it'll cost, but assuming it's in an inverse Dawnbringer, there's a good chance it'll be 1,000,000 souls. However, that has yet to be confirmed. What is the best empowered convert troop? It depends on what you're using. Because every single one converts to a different color. So obviously it really depends on what your team composition is. However, one of the stronger ones is actually the summer one. The summer of, what's it called? I actually used it today for my Guild War defend. What's they use to defend brown? Child of Summer. Converts brown to red and creates Red Storm. It's actually pretty good value. And it gets to counter out the Storm. I believe it's the only one that has Storm attached to its thing, as far as the Empower converters. Normally Leprechaun and stuff like that can tend to be better. For Guild Wars, you tend to use the converters, though, because it can have more of a high impact, which you need for trying to sneak a win within Guild Wars. Though apparently it's still not enough, because I have a 100% lose streak today for our Guild War. That's not where Guild Wars is. But, yeah. It happens. Can't really help it. Can't really help it. But anyways, anyone else have any other questions? Anything else you want me to go over? Anythings? Let me know. Otherwise, I think we'll grab a chest real quick. Let's see. See if we can go get ourselves a triple Nisha. 2 Golvania. Let's go grab a chest. Probably just go for 1 for tonight. Not really gonna like farm it right now. But gotta get at least 1 chest. We got a chest yesterday, got a chest today. Chest today will get you eventually all the medals. You don't go up if you don't farm them at all. Let's see, we'll take that over. And there's our kill. And then tomorrow we'll definitely have 1,600. Gosh, it's been taunting us for a couple days now. These haven't really been doing much to level quickly. Is Paladin good for Explorer? No. He used to be meta back in the day. He's not, though, anymore. He at one point was the best troop in the game. This was like 6 years ago. Well, technically 5 years and 11 months. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Ooh, Glory Gnome. Could you imagine if we actually just randomly got a Epic Volkey? Also, next Vault event, 27th, 10 days from now. Oh, 1,000 glory. Nice. It's not a vault key or epic vault key, but that's her best loot that isn't a vault key. It's her best loot that doesn't have key in its name. Though theoretically, glory is keys. Like, that's basically 50 glory keys. Just said in a different way. Essentially. I should just take a purple instead. Oh, never mind. We got our kill condition. That should be fine. If only we had another skull. Will gnomes ever be viable? No. Most likely not. I highly doubt it. Unless they eventually make like a Vault Kingdom, and even then, probably not. And they said they likely won't make a Vault Kingdom. Doesn't mean they wouldn't. That's very unlikely. Even though it technically has its own category in the Kingdom area. There's actually several that have their own category in the Kingdom area that don't actually have a Kingdom. Like the Guardians, the Primals, the Vault Troops, as well as the Apocalypse Troops. They all have a Kingdom category, but are not actually associated to a Kingdom. They're all unaffiliated when it comes to Kingdom upgrades. Meaning that they're generally bad troops to have, even not just because most of them are pretty bad, but also because they don't actually help with Kingdom upgrades at all. Which, of course, is one of the main factors why you get, like, bad troops, would be to get them for Kingdom upgrades. Yeah, we didn't get anything too good from that chest there, unfortunately. But we'll try again some other time. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Otherwise, we'll probably call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Do keep in mind, on Thursday, we will not be streaming at our normal time. We'll actually be doing a morning stream for about an hour, doing our normal stuff that we do on the nightly stream, and then kind of going from there. Because our schedules is kind of weird this week. Let's see. Hello, Sacred. Welcome. Hope it's all been well. Everything's been going pretty good. If this game was playable on VR, like Oculus Rift, would you play it? I don't have anything that can play in VR, so probably not in that way. Because I don't have any kind of like VR headset or anything. At some point, maybe, but and I just haven't really had a need to pick up anything like that. Kind of waiting till the technology advances a bit more. Plus, most of it's pretty pricey right now for what it is. And barely any games are developed towards it in general. Like, very, very few. Compared to just, you know, PC, console, stuff like that. The next-gen consoles have, like, so few games on them, too, right now. I don't have any intention on getting a PS5 or a whatever Xbox thing is called. Why do they have to keep naming their things so weirdly? They have, like, the whole Wii U issue. Where, like, all their namings are way too similar. Like, PlayStation is, like, so simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Xbox just goes with, like, these weirdest names ever, but that all have the word Xbox in it. This makes it so much more confusing. Like, try getting someone who has never played, like, any Xbox game. Like, never owned an Xbox console. Or especially someone who's not even a gamer. Try to put in order every single Xbox console. I guess you could somewhat have an issue doing that with Nintendo, too. But, I feel like it would be harder with Xbox. Like, obviously, the very first one people would put down is, like, Xbox. But then they'd probably put down Xbox One. But I believe the 360 actually came before the Xbox One. And then, I don't know, it's just, like, so weird how it is. Anyways. Anyways, I'm going to be heading out for now. We'll be back same time as tomorrow, as always. When is the next variety stream? I have no clue when we'll be doing a variety stream again. Maybe later this month. We'll see. But, could be a little while. I don't have an official date for it currently. I don't know, maybe Thanksgiving. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm doing for Thanksgiving yet, though. But, because I'm still going to be eating a bunch for Thanksgiving. I'm just not really going to be meeting up with a lot of people, obviously, because of pandemic. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. And we'll be back same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Hope you all have a wonderful upcoming holiday. And I will catch you guys soon. Well, it's still a whole week away. Actually, a little bit more. Yeah, no Fall Guys. I'm not sure what our next Fall Guys stream will be. But we will stream it at some time again, eventually soon. Season 2 is coming, Season 3 is coming around the same time Gems of War is getting Season 3. So we'll definitely be streaming it more again then. Probably before the end of this month, we're definitely going to be streaming it again. But I don't think we'll be covering it this week, though. But anyways, guys, catch you